Welcome to another episode of Fortify Your Faith. I'm going to talk about St. Francis de Sales and meekness. Now, meekness, you've probably heard that word before, and maybe the immediate connotations that word kind of brings up, as it did for me before I kind of learned about meekness, would be, well, it's meekness is being weak, quiet, timid. Well, no, that's not what the virtue of meekness is. Not the what St. Francis de Sales refers to, or even Jesus or other saints. Meekness is a firm gentleness, and it's a virtue that helps restrain my anger. God gives us the emotions and stuff, and we're classically all passions, but anger, I get angry when I perceive something as unfair in my surroundings, and anger wants to take the steering wheel. And so meekness is the virtue that helps me to alert, okay, yeah, anger, you've alerted me to something, but hey, you can't make the full assessment. Let's pull back. And then you're not taking the steering wheel. And so it allows in relationship to others, when someone else does something and it irks me, maybe frustrates me, that's where meekness jumps in. Meekness can say, okay, yeah, that's frustrating. Okay, but is it worth? No, there are other times where something needs to be addressed, and so meekness helps me address it in a manner that I'm not kind of lashing out at the person, but doing it in a firmness. This is serious, but also with love, so it's received in love. So that's with relationship to others, and this importance of kind of gentleness, a firm gentleness. That's how I like to define meekness. And then toward oneself, being meek toward oneself means I don't beat myself up when I get I've done something wrong. I don't allow the sense of, well, I'm just terrible. Nope. Meekness helps say, okay, yeah, I did something, acknowledge it, but not stay there and beat oneself up. It says, yeah, but yeah, I've kind of relied on myself, Lord, and I need to turn toward you. And so it allows a gentle response toward oneself. Doesn't mean a weakling response. It's kind of acknowledging something needs to be done, but not beating oneself up either. So some of his works, his writings on meekness, St. Francis de Sales, or an Introduction to the Devout Life. I'm sure the current cover is different than this. And I have a link below, at least to the title. You can find it online where you please. But with regards to books and stuff, don't think like Father's mentioned this book, I gotta get this book. No, don't. Maybe you can watch a couple of weeks of these videos and maybe consider getting a book. But I'm not. You don't need to get every book that I put up here. I'd rather have you get what you're actually going to read through and what actually seems to draw you. But I do have included 2 of the chapters in a link below on meekness toward others and toward oneself. So this aspect of meekness, Jesus speaks of meekness when he says, I am meek and humble of heart. Come to me, all you who are burdened and tired, and you will find rest. So this, I am meek and humble of heart. So wanting my heart to be gentle, have a firm gentleness like Christ, that I can support others, but I'm also kind of, there's not kind of rough. There's a gentleness there, and one of the Psalms, Psalm 37, is a beautiful psalm on gentleness. If you're looking for a psalm on meekness, it's Psalm 37. Really, and even I encourage, if you reflect on that psalm, really look at what the commands are. There's a lot of commands. Do this, do not do that, do this. But and if I do those commands, I'm going to grow in meekness. If I don't do them well, then I'm not going to have that peace that meekness brings about. Meekness is one of the virtues that helps bring about kind of a peace, because I'm not letting my anger kind of getting outbursts, fits. There's a certain self-mastery there with regards to anger. So meekness is very important, and kind of just in our daily interactions. There's a lot of stuff in our world right now that maybe we can be frustrated about, and just daily interactions. We can get frustrated and bent out of shape, and meekness helps me just take a step back. Okay, wait a minute. Let's not let the anger I don't want to see things through anger. I want to see things as the Lord wants me to see things and be able to reflect and respond properly. Anger has its price, but it's not to take the steering wheel, and it can't make a proper assessment on its own, all right? It can alert me to something, and that's where meekness really comes in to help bring about greater peace in our lives. So, Lord, help us grow in meekness, this firm gentleness that helps restrain our anger from taking the driver's seat, so that we can discern how to respond to what is good, and to do so in a manner that is well received. Lord, help us. St. Francis de Sales, pray for us.